Okay folks, once again, without teaching you how to suck eggs, I'm going to show you how to make your own gyros meat. Now you can do this with any meat you choose, but what you do, buy your meat in bulk. Alright, the best way to do that down at the supermarket is buy something for a roast. In this case, we got leftover roast pork. Alright, it was a big piece of shoulder pork. We've had a roast dinner with that. We've got enough meat in here now to make another 6 to 8 Yiroses. Alright, see, here we go. Yiros. You see that in there? It's basically smoked paprika and a few things in there. I wouldn't know what. I don't even know if I can taste any of that, but the smoked paprika would be one thing. But in actual fact, this MBL Gyros seasoning, food service MBL's food service Gyros seasoning, is cheaper to buy this, what is it, a 2 kilo container than if I bought a kilo of smoked paprika on its own, which I do have. I've got lots of stuff like that, but anyway, I don't buy it anymore. I just would rather just buy this. Okay, now as you can see, the colour of the meat, I've already put it in. Alright, okay, one other thing I did, I chopped up one whole garlic, smashed it with a knife and chopped it up, you know how they do, right? Threw that in before the oil was hot, and then introduced the meat to that. Okay, this is important. Buy your mixed herbs in a bulk container if you're going to do this sort of thing, because I'm telling you, more than a handful went in there. Alright, so obviously, well, I didn't do it by hand, I just shake it out, but you get the idea. I'm trying to tell you how much of this stuff to use. Right, now this has done already quite a few Yiroses out of this container. But anyway, a good handful, throw them on, maybe a handful and a half, and then, you know, you'll taste your meat anyway and see what you reckon, and just add, or you can't take. That's the thing, right? Now, here's the last thing for seasoning the meat, right? What we got to do, we got to taste a bit. No, don't even need salt. But if it did, you'd use that. Something similar, garlic salt. Alright? So this is it. This is how to make a Gyros meat. I will do one on how to make the sauce and how to prep the salad and roll them up, that sort of thing. But it's going to be in individual videos because it is a long process to try and video and do it and everything at the same time. So this is the meat. Once you've cooked the meat, you don't have to actually cook it. Well, you could cut up your roast and just do it like that. But what I did, to get a real Gyros taste, I went outside, I put it on the Weber, the whole piece of meat, and I smoked it as well. So this is what they do. You want to go to one of those takeaway joints where they got the thing slowly turning around on the rotisserie, and they're slicing off thin bits of shit and they're throwing it down on the plate and all that. Nah, I'll tell you what, you want to cut your meat like fairly chunky like that, right? This is much better, right? In fact, pork is the real traditional way. The Greeks do it, okay? And have your meat chopped up a bit thicker because it stays a lot more tender. You know, it's okay to have some crispy stuff and that in there, but really, this thicker pieces are way more tender. I can't leave it alone. Beautiful, right? So, If you got a Weber, way to smoke it outside, do that. Have you roast that night. Leave the rest in the fridge. Next day, bring it out, carve it up, throw it in the pan, add the stuff I just showed you, and bam, you got it right there. Now you can store it away in a container at this point, or you can bag it up into zip bags and freeze it. So whenever you want a gyros, if you don't want to eat 8 in the next few days, you know, bag it up into portions. If you want a meal prep, that's what you do. All right, there you go, folks. So now you know how to make a gyros, mate. Guaranteed the best. You can do this with chicken, beef, pork, lamb, of course, lamb. It's very popular in Australia. Well, probably the most common. But anyway, all right, see you later, folks.